mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, go, still go, go, there's no hope, go, still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline.
In terms of just how accurate they've been. Bottom T3 looking to go down as well. Zamavek tried to go for the Storm Strike, but they shake this off. They take the bottom T3, now the mid T3.
And objective gameplay here by Team Vietnam. They're not going to overextend. They want to take down the towers, and now they're looking at the top even.
Yeah, they're looking for that. I mean, the Vanguard will eventually make its way. Zamavek does a little bit of work, gets control himself, and he's going to be going down. Hayduck finding him all the way to the back line. They find Azad as well. They're all in the fountain. 2 members standing. Vietnam, all they want are the minions to end this game.
And the minions will arrive soon. This is going to be the final defense by Kyrgyzstan. And Kubanich will need to do it. Kubanich together with his teammate. Marlon, will not be enough though. Unlikely so. As Team Vietnam will look to close things up before that. They get a hot streak. And Team Vietnam will look at the final ticket to the main event.
Welcome to the Asian Games, Team Vietnam. They took a 2-0 convincing victory over Kyrgyzstan, and they booked their tickets to the main event.
Perfectly played. I mean, it could not have been better, right? The way that they were able to control this game, it didn't seem like Kyrgyzstan were ever able to find their footing. They were not really into this game. There was just too much control by Vietnam.
Oh man, what a game it was for Team Vietnam. Consistent from game 1 and then game 2. It's all about control from start to finish. This round, at least, we did see some fight from Kyrgyzstan, because they know that, okay, if we don't fight back, they will snowball and it's going to be bad for us. So they did show some fight, which I admire from Kyrgyzstan.
I think for Kyrgyzstan, it's definitely going to be a disheartening loss, but this is not where they end. They don't really have much experience in Honor of Kings, but they made it this far to the final stage, just one step closer to that podium of the Asian Games. But that's the problem. One step is not enough. They need more of that. This experience, this gameplay will find them later on, that it will improve them in the near future.
Yeah, they're definitely going to grow. They're still so very young. And I mean, in terms of experience, definitely on the lower end. But you got to pat them on the back. I mean, they were as close as you could get. They got themselves at least a chance to go in. Unfortunately, I mean, Vietnam was definitely one of the favorites going into it. I mean, all the way from the beginning, even before this all started. And for Vietnam to just sneak in and, you know, just unfortunate for Kyrgyzstan in the end.
Yeah, and if you're a player as young as like Azara, who's like 16 years old, representing your country on this sort of stage, and you get to go up against amazing teams like even like Vietnam, like this is a pat on the back for him.
The future is for him, right? It's just whether or not he will put in that consistency later on and find those big improvements. But you know, Azad and also Kyrgyzstan, you guys will definitely come back stronger. I believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, keep your heads up, right? I think that you can, the Kyrgyzstan are definitely going to be proud of your play. The fact that you were 10th, you were very close. It's just that you're going to grow from this. You're definitely going to learn. And hopefully next time, that one is going to be your slot moving forward.
Oh man, I'm so happy to get to be able to see these players, young players in the team play, putting their hearts out for their region, right? Oh man, it just puts tears to my eyes, man. I mean, yeah.
It's the growth that counts, right? It's like, although not every team can actually make it to the main event, we've seen growth coming in from some of the amazing teams like Mongolia. They were having a rough showcasing coming in from day one, but then they progressively grew. Yes, you can argue that Sagi, they never got a win, but the growth that they went from a new team to a team that actually learned a lot from their opponents, their foes or rivals. That's what makes esports so special.
Yeah.
You can always be winners, but when you lose, you're just learning for the next tournament.
Don't you think that every single team in this entire Asia Games qualifier got better?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Right? I think that every single day, and this is not easy, when you're stuck in a group and you're forced and you have to just focus on the team ahead of you, I think that this speaks, again, volumes about all of these opportunities to grow in the Honor of Kings esports scene.
Yeah, and also props to Team Vietnam as well for making it through to the main event, through the last chance stage. And they had their own dips, right? They had their own dips against Lao, and then we were kind of asking of like, oh, are they going to bounce back or not? Going up against Team Singapore, and they clearly showed they did, and they did win in a fashionable way against Kyrgyzstan and maintaining their discipline of gameplay. So props to Team Vietnam.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest route for team.
We're going to be very fortunate. Again, a lot of people were like, okay, Vietnam has to survive. They have to make it to the main event, right? But they had to, like a crazy day where they had to survive a bunch of whole best of threes, last chance stage to get there. But they were off of course, this lineup that really stepped up when they really needed them.
Yeah, and the damage by Lingba is kind of expected, right? With the gun and Mo, 64.2%. And if you have an Angela on the other side, yeah. But I guess if we were to revisit back what we discussed during the drafting phase, maybe for Kyrgyzstan, what they can improve in the future is that how they kind of read the draft of your opponent. It's not only about yourself, but it's also about like, okay, if you put out an Angela, how do you protect the Angela? You close the gun and Mo, for example, right? That will give them a better chance, or at least balance the playing field.
I think this is a good learning experience for them. So going into your point, once they learn this, they're going to be like, okay, next time when I see a Ganemo or I pick the Angela first, let's ban away the Ganemo.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be high on their priority list, right? But if we're looking at some of the stats here, you're not going to win too many games when your Dolia has the most damage on your team, like 30,000. It just seemed like everyone from Vietnam were able to find the right pieces to kind of, take this roster down, if you will.
Yeah, you pointed out right? I was kind of looking at that. Is that really the Dolia with the most damage now? Yes, it is. Well, yeah, I mean, the rest of them, they were pressured so heavily, right, that they couldn't really farm or really fight back. So it's also shown by the goal graph here.
It's very suffocating. When we watched the game just now, it was the Uko Tachibana and the Lian Po coming in from the side of Team Vietnam consistently choking out the position coming in from the side of Kyrgyzstan, not leaving any single room in the jungle territory for them to farm or even play. Then later on, when the Angela wants to clear the wave under the tower, what's there? The freshly forged blade just dropping on towards her head. So for Kyrgyzstan, yes, it's an A class of skills, but like what you mentioned here, Sir Cloud, when they revisit back the draft, things could get even better.
It will definitely get better. I mean, we're going to check this out in the highlights here. It's pretty much all Vietnam. I mean, even from the beginning, this is where they actually found Ling Van. Things were looking pretty decent to kind of start, but then Vietnam got a little angry. They turned things up out here, and they found Azat multiple times.
Dude, the pressure, man. The pressure by Team Vietnam. How they rotate as a 4. Again, similar formula like how we've seen in game number 1, right? You will hardly see Team Vietnam on screen as a solo player.
Correct. They like to play the half mat, mid and one side, mid and one side. Then after you push mid, you transition in towards the side lanes here. Beautiful knock-up here once again coming played by Nan Fong, just allowing the team to comfortably close out this game and book their tickets to the main event. Vietnam, You are secured once again.
Yeah, and congratulations to the
Oh.
MVP, Ling Von, 3-1-4. Again, time and time again, when Vietnam wins, it's usually because of this man, Ling Von.
And he's almost the king of mid lanes by now, right? If I'm not mistaken, he has like the most MVP so far.
We will have to revisit that, but definitely one of the higher candidates to receive that title. So, of course, he also had more games thus on, so that's definitely going to be a different metric to measure.
Yeah, I think he does, but it's also because of the different number of games that they play. They've played the most throughout. So, again, we'll fact-check it and get back. But the 33% damage, that's the biggest piece. Nobody had any answers to Ling Von. Yes, he died. He gave him first strike, but that was it for the rest of the day for all of them.
This just tells us that he can play any mid hero, right?
Yeah.
You can give it the Halo and he can play it like a bait. You can play, give him the gun ammo, he can play like, okay, distance, couple blades, burst damage, that sort of thing. You can give him anything else. You can give the Yukon and then from afar, you can always pull off those amazing stunts. So it almost feels like, do you really want to target ban this guy? You might, but you can't.
But you can't because there's just finite bans coming in towards this game. You only have 4. And just now, Kyrgyzstan, they dropped 3 bans on him. And after fact-checking, Ling Von is tied for the most MVPs with Ant from Myanmar.
Wow.
At 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Ant is a phenomenal player as well. So having both of them up there and just tied, I wish that we could see like a one-on-one because I just want to know who takes it out. But not going to happen probably with the timing that we have.
It's jungle, right?
Yeah,
As a jungle,
Yeah,
the
so
Wonder
what we
Boy.
want.
Wonder Boy.
Yeah, so it's not fair for them to like fight each other, right?
But you
maybe
know-
they can be the same dream team, you know?
Yeah,
But what can happen is that once they go to the main event and then for some reason their group draw falls into each other's group, then maybe we can see the 2 MVPs coming in from Vietnam and also Myanmar duke it out in a
Wow.
BO3, BO5 fashion here. But to remind you guys once again, do check out your Honor of Kings official app for the updated Diamond Draw, Dragon's Horde skin pool, and the new and updated limited time skin pool event for the new skins available for purchase here. Once again, do check out your new app.
I like it how you brought up the main event because I think all of these teams have, got that experience. They've got those games under their belt, and they're going to be better prepared for that main event. And I'm super excited to see that. That's going to be later down the year, but man, these teams are going to get ready.
And we are also ready to hear the interview segment coming in from our Team Vietnam representative with Mara on the stage. With how they clutched themselves back into the 9th slot for the main event, we are excited to see what we can dig out from the interview.
We're here with Team Vietnam now. Phong, congratulations! This morning started with 4 teams stepping on this stage, fighting for the same thing, that final ticket to the Asian Games. How does it feel and what's going through your mind that that ticket is yours?
Lời đầu tiên gửi lời chúc mừng đến chiến thắng dành cho đội tuyển Việt Nam. Như chúng ta đã biết, ngày hôm nay có 4 đội cùng nhau bước vào ngày thi đấu cuối cùng này để giành một tấm vé được đi vào vòng tiếp theo. Bạn cảm thấy như thế nào khi cơ hội đó đã thuộc về đội của mình?
Em cảm thấy rất là vui ạ, vì cuối cùng đội tuyển mình đã giành được tấm vé cuối cùng để bước tiếp ạ.
I feel extremely happy because our team has achieved the last ticket to go further into the Asian last round.
And throughout this journey, your teams face setbacks, challenges, even elimination round. What was this defining moment and what does this ticket mean for the entire team?
Để giành được chiến thắng này thì đội tuyển Việt Nam đã đã gặp rất là nhiều khó khăn, thách thức, bị tụt lại phía sau phải vào vòng loại. Thì theo bạn, tấm vé ngày hôm nay có giá trị tinh thần lớn như thế nào đối với đội của mình?
Tấm vé hôm nay quyết định tinh thần rất là lớn, tại vì trước đó thì tụi em có để thua 2 trận rất là đáng tiếc giữa Kazakhstan và Lào, nên là bọn em phải không may mắn là lọt vào cái vòng này, nên là bọn em cảm thấy rất là tự hào vì đã có tấm vé này ạ.
So before we can achieve this ticket, we had 2 losses and that has significantly affected our spirit. But after today, we had gained our confidence again and as well as our esports spirit love.
I hope today's win is now giving you enough confidence to move forward and give it your best at the Asian Games. And for sure, people in Vietnam are watching, they're cheering for you and they're proud that you're representing the region. What would you like to say to them?
Những người hâm mộ tại Việt Nam đang theo dõi hành trình của đội và đang muốn lắng nghe những lời chia sẻ của bạn dành cho người tại Việt Nam. Bạn hãy chia sẻ vài lời của mình được không?
Ờ, Cảm ơn mọi người đã theo dõi và đừng lo lắng nhé. Bọn mình sẽ cố gắng cải thiện và chiến đấu tiếp trên con đường đi tới Nhật Bản. Cảm ơn mọi người
Thank
rất
you for
nhiều.
your support and watching our journey. Please do not worry. We will continue to training and practice more. Go further to Japan.
You should be proud of your team. You did amazing. Congratulations on getting the final slot to the Asian Games. Now we'll head back to the casters. Lead the gorge.
Congratulations, Ray. They regained their confidence and they also gained their ticket into the main event. And these are the final 9 qualified teams directly to the main event in Japan. We have Indonesia, Philippines, Myanmar, Laos, Kazakhstan, Hong Kong, China, Republic of Korea, Nepal, and finally, with the win just now, Vietnam.
I mean, it took us a while, 9 days, to finally figure out who the 9 teams are going to be to make it to the main event. But we finally got to the finish line, and I'm actually super impressed with all of these teams that qualified.
And I personally did a prediction on social media
All right.
on the official page, right? And I got everything correct,
Wow.
except for Kazakhstan.
I think that's for me too, because we all felt that Kazakhstan, we didn't really have much information on them. They really surprised us coming in towards this event itself. And of course, congratulations to all 9 teams. We'll be seeing them later on in a few months later in the main event itself.
Yeah, I think that did you have in the predictions though, like where they would be? Because like, I would not have thought Vietnam would be 9th, right? Just being able to just slide in like that, right?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have put them there. Right? I would put them like, okay. When I was doing my prediction, I was submitting it for social media, right? I was like, okay, Vietnam is going to be one of the top 2s. The last chance stage will be Singapore for me.
Oh.
Yeah. But then when they draw the bracket and then you see, Singapore versus Vietnam, I go like, well.
I think my prediction was quite similar towards you in this case here. So definitely almost 80 to 90% correct coming in from our predictions here. Some definitely have surpassed our expectations here. Like, we didn't expect Vietnam to go through the last gauntlet all the way for the 9th ticket. And we never expect Kazakhstan to surprise us all the way in this final few moments here. So that's our 9 teams here coming in for our main event. It has been, 9 days of back-to-back competition. And finally, we get our final 9.
Yeah, we got our final 9. But of course, you can get 1,000 limited time tokens if you like in a new Flowborn outfit. All you need to do is, of course, log into the app right now. Make sure you do update, though.
Dude, Flowborn outfits, always good to have them in the collection, because Flowborn is like, you can really customize a lot of things, right? So that's really fun to have that and add to your collection.
And it's infinite skins if you can do like the mix and matching, right?
Oh,
All
yeah.
Depending on your creation here. And if you want more creativity with a high graphic phone, do check out iQOO 15R, the tournament official phone coming in for our 2026 Asian Game Esports Qualifiers for Honor of Kings. Thank you so much, iQOO, for sponsoring our prestigious event.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing but a prestigious event. Again, 9 days to get the 9 teams. Now we've got locked in, and now we just need to wait for the main event happening later this year.
Yeah, can't wait for that for sure, because there are amazing teams that would have qualified from this stage, and there are also amazing teams that are already waiting at the main event.
Correct. Yeah, amazing teams just all around. And finally, guys, it has been a great run so far. Many days, many events, many competitions. Thank you so much for watching us all the way to our 9th team for the main event. My name is Sagi. With me is Holler and Sir Cloud. We will see you the next time in another event. Goodbye.
Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'll never make it if we fall to everything that brings us down. With a comeback is now. Blood, sweat, and tears. Fight for what we want. Doesn't matter the cost. Every day, put in work. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing comes
被逆风翻盘了以后，第二局其实也在尝试一些他们可能最近训练赛效果不错的一些体系，对吧？因为它是一个高位的元次嘛。但目前的情况就在于是快手2-0先来到了赛点，加上他们处在3组这样一个竞争力极强的组别当中，狼队他首场比赛他。
Being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. You got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. I heard you look good when you're undressed. I heard you like to get away. I heard you like to stay out late. I heard you had a couple boyfriends. I heard they didn't treat you right. I heard you're hated by your girlfriends.
Back-to-back series with amazing teams fighting for the final chance at the last chance stage. And right now, 2 remains, 1 Kyrgyzstan and 1 Vietnam. For the final time today, I'm your desk host Sagi in the final day of our 2026 Asian Games Qualifiers for the Honor of Kings. And joining me on the English broadcast, Holler and Sir Cloud. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back again, and going into the final one to see exactly who will be going on to the Asian Games main event. That's a lot of pressure, no?
Oh yeah, and it's going to be super tight, right? Because in Azad's interview, he did mention that they were scrimming with Team Vietnam along the way as well. So let's see what the actual after-scrim result will look like.
Scrims is something that we always talk about, where it actually cultivates players and makes them a better one. And I think if we were to refer back to some of their series, whew, those were not short series at all. I think that was the longest series that we had from the entire tournament. First series, 3 games, almost every single one of them, timed around 18 to 20 minutes. Second series as well, every single one of them, 18 to 20 minutes. So both of these teams coming into the finals of the last chance stage, they are very well equipped with that. So that scrim knowledge that Sir Carl mentioned, it will come in handy because it's a test of stamina.
Yeah, test of stamina, but also the fact that they were all 3rd place. And then you're kind of seeing like equal footing across. Like we're seeing some of the most competitive games, and we're blessed to have it on, of course, the last day here.
And it's the first time we got a Tempest without Holler though.
Yeah, which I was a little disappointed about. I
yeah.
was like, hey, what's going on, guys? I didn't get that script. I didn't get the memo on this.
And well, this time around, maybe you'll get some Tempest here. You know, Kyrgyzstan is
let's
always
go.
playing, and Kyrgyzstan always has the Tempest here. But you know what else you can get? You can get a 1,688 minimum spend, no minimum spend token voucher here for the upcoming skin. It's going to be coming on June 27th, so mark down your calendars. And if you want any Legend skin, this is your shot.
This is definitely my shot, and I think that I will happily try and get that one. I'm incredibly happy about that token as well. Just securing more skins, I think that will all just, you know, everybody wants that in the closet, so to speak, in terms of just like having more available to you.
It's a flex, right?
Yeah,
it's a flex when you open your account, you show your friends, everybody starts comparing like, hey, how many skins do you get? Oh, do you have this rare one? Oh, do you have this limited one? And or do you have this flawless one? Yeah, that's always a thing, right?
I like to decorate my own skin list as well, you know, like Mythic on the top, Flawless on the bottom, and then the Precious one, you know, it goes down towards there. Then you scroll it down, and then you shake your phone, jiggle it a little. It has that 3D poster effect.
Yeah. Actually, that's the coolest factor. I mean, not only do you get also all kinds of different amazing skins in the game, but also just the way that they've kind of organized it so that you can kind of see everything. So it's like, again, like walking into a wardrobe and it's a full one, and you just like pick which one you want for how you're feeling that day.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, oh, which one do I want to use now, right? Like for me, I have the entire HoYi set. Yeah, I have the entire HoYi set. I'll be like, okay, this game I'm feeling like this. That game I'm feeling like that. You know, sometimes I need to roll the dice, but yeah, it's all good. It's always nice to have that. When you score, it's like, oh, I have everything.
It feels good, right? Definitely feels good. But talking about our upcoming matchup here, it's gonna be between Vietnam and Kyrgyzstan. After a short break just now, Vietnam currently is ready to challenge Kyrgyzstan for that final slot into the Asian Games main event. So, without further ado, this is the final matchup for the final slot to the main event. Let's welcome Kyrgyzstan and Vietnam to the stage. Let's go.
They have fought their way through every obstacle, earning their place among the final team still standing. Now, with their goal closer than ever, one final push could change everything. Here comes Kyrgyzstan!
Fast, aggressive, and always in control. Their exceptional zoning and relentless pressure have made life difficult for every opponent they have faced. Now, they return to the stage ready to dominate. Make some noise for Vietnam!
The final ticket on the line. 2 teams and only one will walk away into the main event of our Asian Games. This is the final moment coming in for Vietnam and for Kyrgyzstan, and the stakes has never been higher in our Asian Games qualifiers.
Oh man, a lot is at stake here, right? That slot. And Kyrgyzstan will be represented by Zamalbek, Dastan, Kubanich, Azad, as well as Marlen. Now, let's remind everyone out there, right, that Dastan got the first Penta strike in this tournament.
Oh yeah, on the Hansen plus the Yaria on towards Marlen. I gotta give him props because he was the first guy who actually made the Hansen look good. And after that, coming in towards the previous series that they played, he was more on the tanky role that had more effectiveness because that gave Azad more room to actually showcase himself in those team fights here. But this time around, Vietnam, takes on them.
Yeah, Hayduk here, Baohang, Lingvan, Huitan, and of course Nam Phuong. This is a squad that have found their footing based around the play of the mid lane. Lingvan has been setting things up. He's been the guy, if you will, of again, anything that happens positively, it's because he started it, he initiated.
Yeah, you give him anything, he can play, right? We were talking about like how deep is this hero pool for the mid lane. The Xia was amazing, the Yuhua was amazing, the Heino is amazing as well. Like, what does it take to stop this guy at the end of the day?
I'll take a look at the stats real quick here. 29 hero pool versus 29 hero pool. Wow. Hold your horses, Holler. I know what you want to do. I'll pass it over to you just a little bit. Just let me finish this up real quick here. You can see the KDA here is really similar between both teams. But in terms of that dev department here, there seems to be more of a blunder from the side of Team Kyrgyzstan.
Let me in, coach. 67% first straight right from Vietnam. Well deserved. And the reason why they're playing in the finals, because of course, you need to have 6-7 in terms of the first straight right.
Yeah, when you were talking, right, he was like going like,
I know.
He really wants to say it. He really wants to say it.
There's also one more, right? If you check out the total games and total games won, 6-11 coming in from Kyrgyzstan and 7-12 coming in from Vietnam.
And actually, if you're looking at the first straight right, this Kyrgyzstan, it hasn't improved immensely as they've only played one other series. But you're seeing that this is kind of like a reactive thing, right? First strike rate, I kind of talked about it earlier today, but when your first strike rate is so low, it's because you're getting jumped on. You're losing that one out, and you're playing essentially from behind in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm also looking at like, if we were to focus on the KDA, right? Yes, takedowns, pretty much the same between the two. But when it comes to the Ds, how much you're able to survive, right? Looks like Team Vietnam, they play it a little bit more safer.
Safer and lesser blunders, I would say. And just now, we seen how Lingvan was the true player, the true team leader here coming in for the side of Team Vietnam. He was the stable stone. Now comparing himself towards Kubanuish. He had back-to-back Angela games, and for Lingvan, back-to-back Zia games.
Yeah, and actually Lingvan has been the guy in terms of like throughout the course of the Asia Games qualifier, he's gotten the most MVPs on his squad. So again, with that average DPM, he's setting it up. Average GPM, of course, very high as well, but the kill participation, that's the biggest piece. Everything revolves around his play.
And the big piece as well, his average damage per minute.
Wow.
Like, that's a huge gap, right? Because he's been using heroes like Heino, like Zia, like even Yuhuan, heroes that really can burst rather than more utility type heroes, and that's shown by the stat.
And I remember just now, before we head to the break, where Vietnam went against Singapore, he had a back-to-back MVP performance with both games on Zia, having almost 45 to 42% damage now just by this one single player here. So if Kyrgyzstan wants to be able to topple against Vietnam, they need to shut down Lingvan in that mid lane.
Yeah, and actually it's funny because it's off of the Gia, and I'm not a huge Gia fan, right? Time and time again, I tend to find it kind of falls off. It's terrible from behind, but Lingvan showing how it's done, it could get you a huge edge, assuming you're able to go equal or ahead in the early game.
Wow, and Kyrgyzstan, they chose the blue side, so we can expect, we can expect a lot of focus to be given towards the mid lane. The Heino is probably going to be banned now, maybe even the Yuhuan to be banned. Maybe the Zia after his phenomenal Zia performance later on. So 2 bans, or maybe Kyrgyzstan would take the Zia for themselves, something like that.
Would you ban away some picks knowing for the fact that the enemy mid lane can play almost everything? Or would you target him in a different way? What's your take on this, Sir Cloud?
I mean, I would. Honestly, we cannot ban everything, right? It's not possible to do that. So I would rather that we try to find a counter towards the mid lane. And not only the mid lane, right? It's an overall team strategy to try to find that loophole, try to find that counter based on the draft that's going to be out. You cannot overly put focus onto one player when everyone else also doing their job.
I like that, right? That's the correct philosophy when we go into the pick and ban stage. As long as you don't over tunnel in one specific thing and you allow the other great players on the side of Team Vietnam to actually stand up, then that seems to be a proper draft coming in from Kyrgyzstan. But we do get this start of the blue side here. Mai Nui and also the Yuhuan locked away.
Yeah, attacking Lingvan, right? And we were questioning, should we do this or not? It looks like Kyrgyzstan are looking to attack him as much as possible, take things away. And I do think that the Gia is a pick that you probably don't be wanting to ban. It's more about a synergy thing, play style more than anything else. But I think that you need to set yourself up, especially with the Yuko going first here.
Yeah, there needs to be a form of respect, right? At the end of the day, I mean, there's a reason why this guy is multiple MVP for the team. Now, there are other options for Lingvan here. I mean, we have the Ziya, depending on what sort of composition that he will play out later on. But they're going to pick up the Byron. So still very balanced pickup from Kyrgyzstan. They have everything. They have somebody who can engage, somebody who can throw out the utilities, and somebody to tank at the front. I look forward to seeing what's going to come up next.
And very aggressive as well, right? You have the Ukyu and also the Byron, arguably two of the best early game heroes in this Asian Games version. And to top it off, the RLD also suffers quite a bit when facing off Kyrgyzstan's Xiao Qiao here. So I'm pretty comfortable currently with Kyrgyzstan on their first 3 pick, and for Team Vietnam, it's more towards their comfort picks, what they're used to.
Yeah, I actually like it, right? The Xiao and the Byron, both of these guys are just going to make the life very difficult for Huitan on this Arlie, because you know he's going to be piloting it. I know Baohang and Huitan kind of shift at times depending on what sort of farmland they're looking at, but they're going to look to go with a mechanically difficult Arlie here. And I do think Kyrgyzstan's lineup counters it pretty decently to start.
And I'm looking at one more tank support to be blocked out. It's going to be the Lianpo, perhaps. Because if Kyrgyzstan don't block that one out, there's a chance that Vietnam will take it, and then they will have, well, they still have Lapu Lapu to play with. Okay, so they'll block out the Lapu Lapu. Vietnam right now, they're considering to go for the Lianpo, and they will before Kyrgyzstan gets it.
Bit of a deja vu, right? Like, these are the roamers left available coming in, and then Nan Phuong, I think he has had a third game in a row on that Lianpo as well, you know? And then it seems a bit weird to me that you're banning away Zhang Fei and Lapu Lapu, giving away the Lianpo. So Kyrgyzstan, as we know, Marlin really favors the tank roam, so you're probably out of tank roamers here based on the second phase draft.
Yeah, actually, that is very odd. It seems like Nam Phuong is actually more comfortable on the Lianpo based on the, as opposed to like the Lapu Lapu and the Zhang Fei. But maybe they're playing 4D chess and they're like, haha, we're going to trick them into picking his comfort hero because we have the trump card coming up here.
Well, what will the trump card be, right? They have been swimming with each other. And it looks like the Dia Dia is going to be the trump card. Now, having the Dia Dia, it's not like you have many other options, right? Because of the bans. I'm not really a fan of the Kyrgyzstan lineup right now because they will be very dependent on the Byron to open up the map.
Very early to make game draft, right? And then you only have a sole tank, like you mentioned, on the Byron here. So it's going to be a bit stressful if you are on the Kyrgyzstan side when you actually are looking for the aggressive vision. But the good part coming in from Kyrgyzstan's draft, super duper aggressive in the early to mid game. One Dia 2-2 coming in with a Xiao Qiao blossoming fan. That's going to be one pickoff immediately here. But if Vietnam can scale into the mid-late game, it will go entirely different of a story going in favor of Team Vietnam.
The finals now, we're going to be into game one. Winner of this best of three moves on to the main event. As we're going into this one, I mean, if we're looking at both sides, Lingvan finally gets his Haino as the last pick. Again, when your team revolves around a specific player, you generally want to be drafting it last.
Yeah, I'm liking the draft from Team Vietnam, right? Okay, number one is because they have the Lampo. He can be a good map opener. He can open up the space in front. And then you have the Haino with the Fate Rewind. So if he gets jumped somehow, he can Fate Rewind back. So technically, you can call him like a secondary tank to a certain extent. So Team Vietnam, they do have good options here.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if we're talking about the fact that the Kyrgyzstan lineup is more early mid, they're going to be looking to push down towers. Vietnam, this Haino pick is all about slowing the game down. Fate Rewind for those towers, zip it right back up to 100 if possible.
Right, and right now we're still at the early stages of the game. Looks like both sides, they want to put focus onto the farm lane. Totally understandable because when it comes to the late game, as Azad is expected to kind of carry the team. Same goes for Huitan as well. Both Direnje and also the Arlie is a hero that's expected to perform in the late game.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this one. I mean, from what we've seen thus far by Kyrgyzstan, whenever they win, Azad is the MVP, right? Just like Lingvan is on the Vietnamese squad. So if anything, you know this as Vietnam. You want to take down, you want to control, you want to ambush Azad as much as possible in this game early.
Now, this is what I worry, right, for Azad, because there's so much importance put onto him to carry the team towards the late game, but there's only one tank, which is Amalbek. Now, can he only protect Azad? It's pretty difficult, right?
Yeah, and it looks a little bit of action here. They get the nice little knock up and Dastan going down. He was caught with his hand in the cookie jar as he was looking for boars, and he pays with his life.
Yeah, and he didn't even manage to eat that cookie there. Too bad for him.
That's a sad story, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, at least you get one. But yeah, but good rotation by Team Vietnam though. It was almost like, oh, they see that opportunity, they straight move in. No hesitation shown by Team Vietnam. That's why I like to see as part of teamwork.
So one thing I don't like is that, I mean, if Kyrgyzstan are going to be aggressive, which you want to be, and now are they going to play timid? Are they going to be scared to, again, try to get, you know, a couple more steals here and there?
Ooh. That was, yeah, you got to be aware of where the position of Team Vietnam is, right? Like earlier on, yes, they tried to steal the force at the side, but they didn't really have that information, or maybe it was not communicated that Team Vietnam already made the rotation from the bottom lane. If Team Vietnam is still at the bottom lane and they go for the balls again, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look at how Vietnam are threatening. You can see Lingvan right now threatening potentially those boars. Getting vision on, he understands who's around so that he knows where the rotations are going to be happening. And look at how Hui Tan and also Nam Phuong are potentially looking to gank because they know that somebody will probably make its way at least towards this brush.
Okay, they show themselves, so that's okay. It's a matter of information gathering. Anyway, 40 more seconds before the first timer is going to be up, so nobody's going to overcommit onto something yet for now, unless they see a clear opportunity.
Yeah, Vietnam, though, being very aggressive. I mean, they're efficient across the map as well. 1K net worth lead, and it looks like Hui Tan getting a little bit low. They actually try to get him with the light step and the heal, and now here comes the revenge tour. They might have dove too deep. Azad is going to be taken down. He pays with his life here.
Again, good rotation shown by Team Vietnam. Yes, Hui Tan, very low on health. He has to turn back. That's okay. But what's important is Bao Huang and the follow-up. That was really, really fast.
Yeah, very fast. And again, Hui Tan is one of the most mobile farm laners there are, right? And being able to lock him down, Kyrgyzstan, again, trying to go all in, trying to make some plays, get that potential kill. But unfortunately for them, they did fail. But now they're going to look to steal this resort.
Okay, now who's going to get this buff here? He's still kind of open there.
Yeah, and back has to flash away. He gets a little bit low himself. The control from Marlon, he hooks on with that Hartwell. And now Vietnam, it looks like they're going to walk away with that blue buff as well.
Oh, but look at the space created for Azad at the bottom. He has a little bit of space, but again, the Team Vietnam, especially Bao Huang, wow! Just like that, he responds.
Yeah, I mean, but Nakaruru's got some serious burst. Azad, this is the problem with D-J, especially when you're solo. At this stage, you're down in terms of net worth, and then trying to deal with the Nakaruru, who, again, can just jump on top of you like that, you're going to have a tough time.
I'm worried that Kyrgyzstan, right now, they are starting to lose the plot. They're starting to lose concentration, because a few times at the bottom, they've been caught.
Yeah, definitely been caught here. And Jamalbek is looking to get caught as well. He was just wanting the pheasant, but the Tremor Smash is going to be for real. And now Vietnam just quickly taking down the bottom T1.
Yeah, and this tower will be taken out without any problem. And especially if you have a Lingban at the front line, he'll be just throwing his spears and you cannot get close at all. If you want to try to take him out, everyone else is there.
Yeah, now it's going to be a flash away. Kubanic does get to safety. Vietnam is on the side. They have 4 members of Kyrgyzstan trying to defend this tower, and you can see how dire things are. It's not even 6 minutes, and look at how aggressive Vietnam are.
Oh, that bait
they turned this around! Oh, what? Walked into the trap.
What?
He thought he was low because he had used the bait rewind. He gets on back with that, but it was all a bait.
Dude, that is probably the best bait so far in this tournament. Even if I see like, oh, he used the bait rewind right in front of me, I'll go for it.
Oh, it looks like Kubanic is going to be going down as well. This game has been nothing but Vietnam. It seems like Kyrgyzstan right now absolutely reeling thus far.
Oh man, that was Team Vietnam thinking 10 steps ahead there, Holler. Who would have thought that would have been a bait? They would have thought, Kyrgyzstan would have thought that, hey, he did a boo-boo there. Why is he fate rewinding right in front of us still? Without knowing that the rest of Team Vietnam were waiting in the bushes.
And this is why Lingvan is so good, even the mind games, right? And that turned into like a little bit of like complete bait, right? In the sense of just like being able to walk it away, and you don't know where the brushes are. This is a vision game, and you're losing in that department.
Oh, now keep an eye on what's happening at the top as well. Hui Tan gets a free lane, and he will take down this tower unchallenged. While the rest of Kyrgyzstan, they're busy at the bottom, they're trying to rotate towards the top. By the time they go top, look who's at the bottom. Hui Tuk is there to push.
Yeah, Hui Tan is actually up 1.5 over Azad, who's died a couple times, but it looks like they will find him, and now Bao Huang tried to go a little bit in terms of the damage, but here come the reinforcements. The Tremor Smash on the 4, setting it up, but it looks like they might have gone too deep. Fate Rewind, he's going to be in a worse spot, but now Hayduk is going to show up. They're going to be under the tower. They don't care. Kubanis is down for the count and throw these scepters out. Zamalbek on the run, the flash forward. They find him with a power gradation and a double strike going the way of Wei Duck.
Oh, 1-9 right now. Kyrgyzstan, how are they going to come back from this one? They have to defend this. They have to defend. Right now, the gap is very, very far. It's almost like Kyrgyzstan, they have to hope for Team Vietnam to make a mistake.
Yeah, and I doesn't look like it. They're starting to hit their groove. Even when, they got the pick off onto Hue Tan, and you're thinking, okay, this is an opening, but it's not, in fact, because Vietnam are so far up, all of the other guys are able to do their serious work in terms of the damage department.
Oh, man, I'm trying to look at, okay, what could be the comeback condition here for Kyrgyzstan, right? Okay, maybe try to challenge for the next tyrant or try to at least hold on until the 10-minute mark, and then you get the overlord, and then you try to make a wave push to come back.
But this is an early to mid-game lineup, and they've been penalized. Now the burst ram, the tremor smash, only connecting onto one, but he's pushed it back. The mid-T3 is looking to go down. Hue Tan is getting a little bit low himself. They find Marlon. Hue Tan is down as well. So at least Kyrgyzstan hold that fort, and the mid-T3 still standing.
Yeah, that's a bit of an overextension there, and that's what Kyrgyzstan is looking for, right? For Team Vietnam to overextend, be overconfident, jump into their base side and try to punish them from there. Imagine if this happens a couple more times. Maybe Kyrgyzstan can make this comeback.
Yeah, but that's unlikely, I would think. Vietnam tend to be a little bit on the slower end. They're looking for their particular moments to go in.
All right, and breaking down the fight earlier on, we can see that Team Vietnam, they were very confident to just go all in, but it could have been a little bit of an overextension there where Hue Tan was punished. And by losing Marlon versus losing Hue Tan is a bigger setback.
Yeah, I don't think this is the proper comp to be really diving towers, right? I think that you want to kind of go slow and steady, use that slow siege, if you will, to kind of chip it away. I mean, it's already in half-life, and now this is a potential moment here.
Oh, a potential moment. They could jump in anytime soon. They do have the tremor smash.
Yeah, if they want to go, but they're going to be backed off. They're going to wait for these minions, and the wave clear is decent from the Kyrgyzstan side.
Just waiting for the moment where the tremor smash is activated. And Team Vietnam, they are now slowing down the pace. They're playing this patiently. They really want to hit a 5-man tremor smash, it seems.
Yeah, it's not only that, but like Vietnam, you're so far up. It's not even 10 minutes into this game. All you need to do is just slowly stick around. Maybe the minions come in a bit, let Hue Tan melt some of these towers.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. The minions have arrived, and they would take down the middle tower just like that. Azad could be the next target, but Azad somehow still all right.
Yeah, he's going to be back into the fountain, but space created. Azad is at half, you can't fight, and now it looks like they're potentially going for the backside. Namfwang with another amazing tremor smash. Jamalbuk has to flash away. He gets onto the back to all the way to the fountain.
Whoa.
No, he gets sniped out. Lingvon goes in for this. They're all the way back into the fountain, and Vietnam have found an opening. They have control, and they're going to take the crystal, and Vietnam, just like that, take game number 1.
Quick and easy fashion coming in from game 1 of Vietnam in this important series with such a demanding victory over Kyrgyzstan. How does Kyrgyzstan respond?
Man, Kyrgyzstan, what they felt earlier was control, right? Control by Team Vietnam. Team Vietnam had control from the start of the game to the end of the game. It was entirely theirs from there. And it was kind of shown through the draft as well, right, while we were discussing it. For Kyrgyzstan, they are very dependent on only the Byron to open up the map. Now, if you don't have a secondary hero to open up maps, then you're not going to win space.
Yeah, you're not going to win space, and you're going to be completely playing a defensive game. You're completely back. Nobody wants to go in. Nobody wants to initiate because you are so far behind. Sorry, he caught me laughing on that one.
I mean, he's feeling it, you know, the Kyrgyzstan coach. We had a little chat with him just now, right before the game itself. They are confident, and they are looking to actually represent their region going into the main event. But right now, this strong iron wall in front of you, if you can take him down, which is Vietnam, then maybe you have that shot. Because if we were to review back the game, there just seems like there was no real proactive play or opportunities coming in from the side of Kyrgyzstan in finding a comeback.
It didn't seem so much because it seemed like they were all pressured to play into the hands of Vietnam, right? It came not only in terms of the draft. This Haino was a problem. Lingvon going in, using those Fate Rines aggressively and defensively, baiting things out at times. Just a full kit, if you will.
Dude, that bait.
Yeah,
that bait with the Fate Rewind, that's the highlight of the game for me. It's like, oh, you Fate Rewind in front of your opponent? Oh, he's still there? Oh, let's get him. They didn't know that the rest of them were like at the side waiting in the brush, right?
It's like
crazy.
And it's like one of those plays where it's like psychological. It's like, if your enemy doesn't know what you're doing, how do they know how to respond? And they're like, oh, that's the play. I'm like, oh, let me jump in. I'm like, oh, that's why he did that. Yeah.
And you could be like, Dastan, at that moment, you're kind of thinking, oh man, why was his spider senses not tingling? Right? You kind of see him kind of running back, but it's one of those things where, like, time and time again, if you saw Fate Rewind, 99% of the time, it's going to go well for you. You're going to find him. You're going to cut him down. And Vietnam, again, perfect bait.
Dude, even if I play, right, and I see a Fate Rewind right in front of me, I will go for it, right?
I will go for it too.
Absolutely, right? And then just to be like surprised, like you wouldn't expect that to happen. That's like big brain play.
It's like just trying to chip some damage on towards the side of Ling Wan, right? And he came up clutch with his Hano with a 404 KDA. But player that I really want to shout out to is Namfong. How many times in that game did we see multi-man Tremor smashes coming in from the Lianpo?
Yeah, but the 404 KDA from Lingvan, that's an error, man. I mean, the way he's setting it up, that's the way you want to do it. Again, Namfong, a ton of Tremor smashes. That was absolutely amazing. But the rest of the squad, the way that they're able to close it out, everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time, like they see a target at the bottom that's free, they just move in all together. They see a target in the middle, they move in all together. Or they see somebody in trouble, everybody backs up the person very, very quickly.
And it reminds me of the previous series where Vietnam went against Singapore. The Hano was banned in all 3 games. This is why. 121,000 damage in a sub 10-minute game.
Yeah, and last pick, it's the best pick that they could have picked up here because it slows it down. You've got poke, you've got reach, you have ability to kind of shake things off. You're very tanky as well, and when you're able to have Ling Van doing 121,000 damage, I think you're going to have a GG easy type of game.
Wow, GG easy. Well, this is something that we also talked about during the pre-show, right? It's like, do you want to target ban one player? Or do you want to try to work around it? Well, it almost feels like, well, whether you target ban onto him, he always has a workaround around any scenario.
Because we saw during the pick and bans, they banned away the Maestro Nui and also the Yu Huan, but still, Ling Van has something in his pockets, and this time around, it's the Hano, which has, I would say, arguably one of the best ones we've seen so far.
Yeah, complete control. That was a perfect game by Vietnam. And they were, like, this is off of that momentum of that created from Game 3 in the last series against Singapore, bringing that in to here, and they're like, hey, we're in the groove, we're in the flow, let us just play these games out. And Kyrgyzstan, it seems like they haven't really warmed up, and they've been reeling in this game early.
They cooled down because they had to wait. But for Vietnam, it's like, okay, we play, yes, there's an extended break, but we continue to play.
It's like their hands are on fire. It's like warm up before an actual sports. For Vietnam, it's like they're already warmed up in their series against Singapore where they are feeling it. You know, it's like back-to-back MVP coming from Ling Van. Bringing that form in towards this game is Kyrgyzstan. So it's a bit of a, I would say, psychological fight coming in.
Yeah, and as we go into these highlights, we'll see. I mean, Dastan, he's trying to be aggressive. He thought he was going to be mobile enough to get on out, but the rest of Vietnam were like, okay, that's a trap. We're going to go. And this is another one where Azat was trying to be aggressive, almost took down Hayton, and unfortunately for Azat, dying twice early in this game.
Again, it just shows that Team Vietnam, they move as a team. You won't see Team Vietnam like alone. Like they're always like 4 people there, 3 people there, and this one. This Fate Rewind. People there, and this one. This Fate Rewind. Okay, just that distance, they're like, oh, let's go for it. Then the rest shows up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that is a clickbait that I would say, you know? That is a clickbait that I would say, you know? Got baited, he had to pay with his life there. And this pickoff here coming in from Kyrgyzstan was actually really smart, utilizing the Diadia and also the Ukutachi Bana here, but beautiful. Tremor smash coming in from Namfong and Huida coming in with the flank on the Charlotte. Here, there's just no escape route coming in for the side of Kyrgyzstan after this play.
I mean, look at how bold and confident they were. They dove 2 versus 4, and with this control, and they were as tanky enough for the rest of the reinforcements to just show up. And this siege towards the end, I mean, where they closed it out, it's just a flawless game of Vietnam here.
Oh yeah, again, the Tremor smash towards the end catches 4, and when they caught 4 at this very moment, when they have this huge of a gap, well, Ling Van, I mean, all he needs to do is just throw his scepter of faith, and then just gets everything like that.
There's just no one that can answer this Hano coming in for Ling Van, and finally, some appreciation for Nam Phong. He's been having fantastic games since the Singapore series, and right now coming in towards the series with multi-man knockouts. He deserved one as well.
Yeah, the 4-man tremor smash, when you do it like twice in this game, really just, that was like the icing on the cake. That was completely just dominant from that on. I mean, he doesn't do that. This game might be a little different in terms of those team fights. Some of them would probably have survived, but his ability to just find the perfect moment to go in, you gotta, I would say you ban Lian Po over like the Zhang Fei and the Lapu Lapu like Kyrgyzstan did.
Well, who knows, if you give in even the Lapu Lapu and the Zhang Fei, he can come out with something amazing as well, right? I mean, his travel smashes were on point. What can I say about it? And every time he catches somebody on the travel smash, or not somebody, a group in the travel smash, his teammates was ready to pounce on it. So against the synergy, right?
It's the cohesion that counts, right? Because I think they definitely had a lot of amazing sessions here at the Petaling Jaya Marriott Hotel, which has been a fantastic stay for them. They definitely had a lot of group activities. And if you're interested in a good, fancy, and high-class stay, do check out our official venue sponsor, which is the Petaling Jaya Marriott Hotel, sponsoring our 2026 Asian Games Esports Qualifiers for Honor of Kings. Thank you so much, Marriott Petaling Jaya.
And also, if you happen to be spectating, you can claim the commemorative badge on today, right now. It can be used in the Grand Venture. More great rewards await you.
Oh yeah, so give me a moment, guys. I need to start like spectating ourselves here, so that won't miss
I
out
need
badge.
to too, actually.
Yeah. I mean, look at the badge, right? It's a cute kitty.
Yeah,
badge.
and Sir Cloud
love
loves cats.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah, I'm a cat person. I have an orange cat back at home.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm allergic to cats, but I love cats.
Really?
I am. I found out that
To the
hard.
fur,
I had a
or-
kid when, the fur, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate,
Yeah.
man. It's all right.
I love cats, though.
Okay, that's good enough.
That's good enough. We'll let you pass that. But I will definitely have to invite you out of that door right there.
Okay, just get out. The dog people are over there. Got it.
All right, coming back to the series here between Kyrgyzstan and also the side of Vietnam. Sir Claude, we're alluding back to this. How does Kyrgyzstan come back from this? That game one wasn't as nice of an experience for them.
Bruh, oh man, you have to turn out the pace, I guess. I'm kind of thinking of like, okay, pick the mind for yourself and then start to send the message that, okay, we're going to play this really, really fast. So far, their successful games have been into the late game when Azad is like fully farmed, like his items are already there, and then they make those big plays at the end to kind of win. But now going up against an opponent like Team Vietnam, such a fast opponent, they have to switch the play style to not only play with Azad, but they have to somehow be able to play maybe with the mid laners or the jungles to be successful so they can end the game quicker.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the game one draft by Kyrgyzstan, that is a faster one. I would have thought that going in, you would have more early game presence. It just seems like Vietnam, they were just like, actually, we're going to be fine. It doesn't really matter. Like, we're going to just basically wushu your early attempts and just survive mid-game and just take over.
And most of the plays weren't that macroly impressive. It was more coming down to individually outpowering your opponents here. Hence, I think for Kyrgyzstan is that they need to be more proactive. They cannot be scared. They need to be on the offensive end, finding those plays. They had an amazing setup just now. Just on the aggressive end, they just couldn't realize it.
Oh, they went for the Dolia, so we can imagine the combos here. The Dune combo, maybe the Kaiser combo might be brought in. Maybe the Yu Huan as well. Might be another pick here for Kyrgyzstan. Those are some of the obvious sets.
Yeah, I think that Kyrgyzstan, you might as well go with like a Dune type. I think that Dastan has definitely had success with that. But they're going to go with the Angela, and of course that kind of combos with Dolia as well. But if we're looking at blue versus red, is the Dolia still the way to go?
Only if you have a specific game plan here. I think so far Kyrgyzstan locking the Dun Dolia, that's okay, because on the side of Team Vietnam, there's not the Nako Ruru coming in to step on towards you and dealing that percentage health damage, so that's still okay. But I'm not a big fan of the Angela without a setup like Liang, like the Kui, or even the likes of the Mozi.
Yeah. And without batting away the Gan and Mo, right, if you think about it. Right now, Vietnam will be happy to... I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrgyzstan don't ban the Gan and Mo, Vietnam is going to take it. And we know that Gan and Mo will be played by who, right? By one of their best players.
They just drop the spears on towards you when you're ulting on the Angela, and they open it. So I think likely the Gan and Mo will be locked in here coming in from Ling. It's just too good of a pick right now.
Yeah, it just completely decimates what they're trying to do. Again, and they're going to go with the Lian Po, the tried and true Nam Phong. You had an amazing game. Let's run it back.
I mean, they're not in a hurry to pick the Gan and Mo, right? Because the mid lane has already been picked up. by Kyrgyzstan, so they can go for the last pick. It doesn't matter for them. Now it's a matter of Kyrgyzstan like having this a conversation of like, okay, they're probably going to pick the gun and more. How can we counter this? How can we go to the back? Neza, maybe?
Neza, you know, the Guan Yu, something to actually flank the back line. That will be really appreciative coming in from Kyrgyzstan's draft because right now, their front to back is decent, but there's still no answers towards the DRNJ or the potential mage pick that will be picked up by Vietnam later on. I like the final pickup here coming in from the Vietnam, leaving Ling Van the last pick. They do pick up the Marco Polo and also the Byron here. Likely we might see a Ziya once again coming in.
Yeah, definitely available there. But they've also got the Byron and Doom. Now you've got two guys that can help complement with one another with being like, these bruisers, creating space, and of course, stunning, but of course, the Gan and Mo here.
Oh yeah, because it's kind of an obvious pick, right? Like Angela, Blazing Brilliance, you stand still, it's like stop comes in. And imagine with the pace of Team Vietnam they've been playing, right? There's a chance that they can get the first strike. And when they get the first strike together with the Gan and Mo there, then he will be able to scale faster.
And more magical attack if you get takedowns or assists coming in as the Gan and Mo. So you can't allow Vietnam to once again outscale you and outcombat you in the early game here. I think the most important player for me right now for Kyrgyzstan is the Dun and also the Byron. If they can sustain the early game aggression coming in from Bao Huang's Ukyotachibana, then maybe they can stop the bleeding and extend the game into potentially a shadow objective or extend the series into a game 3.
Vietnam right now, if they win this game, they move on. They will be the 9th and final slot at the Asia Games main event. The other side, we're looking at Kyrgyzstan somehow having to just hold on, push for a game 3. Cloud, is this lineup good enough to get us to a game 3?
Oh, I mean, I did call the Gan and Mo, right? The moment I see like an Angela, it's like if they don't ban the Gan and Mo, if they don't, well, they obviously can't pick it for themselves, right? But if Kyrgyzstan don't ban the Gan and Mo, then it's going to be an obvious pick. And the Gan and Mo is playable until the late game. So even if Kyrgyzstan wants to stretch this game towards the late game, they will have a hard time.
Yeah, definitely having a hard time. And Vietnam, this is another one. When you're looking at that lineup, all of those heroes, very meta, right, in terms of what this Asia Games qualifiers has been all about. The other side, Kyrgyzstan, a little bit more, you know, the Marco Polo, definitely not one of the top picked, but definitely has options here. But it really comes back to Azat, if he's able to get that farm in space.
Okay, I'm just going to point out like early items for the farm lane, right? Like for Azak, he went for boots first. And Hui Tan, he didn't go for boots first. Means that he has that slight edge when it comes to like winning the lane and clearing off the lanes, getting the last hits and all that. And that's actually a really smart move by Hui Tan. Even like a 0.1% of chance of winning the lane, you would take it.
Yeah, definitely taking it. But it also says that Azad is like, hey, I need to stay alive a little bit more. Marlon will then be more free to roam as he's creating a little bit of a forward scout. He sees Nam Phuong just walking through the brush here.
Okay, and this is where the scout is happening. Well, very early for them to still fight though, if you ask me, because right now Nam Phuong is still not at level 4.
Yeah, and also Bao Hang, this is also to keep tabs on him. Where is he? Now you're protecting the boars. You don't want to give up anything, and you want to make sure that you know roughly where Bao Hang is on the map.
Yeah, quite clear at the farm lane side who's currently winning it because of that extra item and the extra edge. And he does have a little bit of help from Nam Phuong as well. So Azad, not particularly having a good time. Yes, he still get this wave, but he loses a few other opportunities to farm on the inner side.
Not the end of the world for Azad, though,
yeah, not
right?
yet.
I think that if you're still on the Marco Polo, you're still looking mid to late game. That's when you're going to shine. It's just a matter of if they can survive till that moment.
Oh, Jamal back, Hui Duk, they're just going to face off each other. I don't expect much at the early stages here because Hui Duk is, Jamal back is kind of tanky, so it's more of like just poking each other, trying to win the lanes. What I will be looking forward to is the first Tyrant. That's going to come up in a minute more. If Ling Van gets the first strike, or if anyone else gets the first strike with Ling Van assisting, then you know he's going to be really scary.
Yeah, definitely a little bit scary on that. But Vietnam, with almost every single role head-to-head, they have a little bit of an edge. And that's why they've built a 1K net worth lead. Vietnam, I mean, you're talking about Ling Van. At a moment's notice, he can just pretty much decapitate you. So you have to be super careful with your positioning, especially with this 4-minute Tyrant around the corner.
And what makes it even scarier, right, for Ling Van is because he has the flash.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can flash forward and then a couple of plays that can. It's hard to execute, but once you do it,
the mini stun. They find Azad. He has the Fever Barrage just to get to safety. The Tremor Smash was committed, and here come the teleport. Do they get anything in return? It looks like Namfong is going to be left stuck over the wall. He gets around with that burst round, but now it looks like he want to go in. He's been pushed back with that Garter Grave. Quaitan actually has to flash away. It looks like Kyrgyzstan not able to get anything else.
And Hudok just arrived though, but he doesn't need to commit to anything in this fight. All he needs to do right now is to try to clear off the middle and focus onto the main objective coming up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and now it looks like Vietnam are going to look to start this. All of them are nearby. Those blades will cover at least the spacing part of this. Tyrant picked up by Baohan.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, they find it. Storm Strike. Sorry, it looks like they find Ling Ban, and that's going to be first strike. They caught him out. He thought he was safe, especially with the Tyrant down, but Azak gets picked off as well.
It's a 50-50 trade-off there when it comes to takedowns, right? But Team Vietnam, they got the objective. So I would say that's a small win for Team Vietnam overall.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you take down Azat, I think that you're going to have a better time, right? Ling Van, and he's definitely very valuable on the squad, but Huitan not going down, that's the difference.
Yeah, because if you compare like who's going to be more valuable towards the late game, it's going to be Azad as compared to Ling Van. Ling Van is like, okay, mid to early to mid, maybe the late game, depending on how things goes, but as a Marco Polo, it's surely going to be late game. So that's why by Team Vietnam getting Azad, the value is higher.
Yeah, Azad being chased here, dove under tower, they don't care if Bao Han gets the snipe.
Oh man. Second takedown, back-to-back onto Azad. Azad's not having a good time. Now, this is where this 16-year-old wonder kid will be challenged right now. How do you come back from kind of being targeted by your opponent?
Smart play by Vietnam. Let's be very honest. If you're able to, I mean, if you saw the last series, Azat was just roaming free. He was having a great game because nobody was targeting him. He wasn't able to kind of, he was able to carry because it had so much space.
And Marlon's going to meet up with Namfong.
Yeah, but Marlon's just like, okay, pillow fight, Namfong and them, they're not going to do too much to each other.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. But here's the thing, right? As compared with Kyrgyzstan and also Team Vietnam is that Namfong can zone. He can open up space, he can zone. And that's how they won the earlier objective. And they're going to do it again. Look at his positioning. But what can Marlon do to zone out opponents? As a Dolia, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. And Dolia is more of like everybody else, enhancing them. And now it looks like they find him. The Tremor Smash is going to be real. Zamovek, he's going to be going down. Vietnam hitting on all cylinders right now, and they're invading.
Oh, that was just unfortunate. He was rotating to the top innocently, but happened to find the members of Team Vietnam. And now by taking it down, they would take down the top tower, and they would just essentially take over the jungle. This is textbook gameplay by Vietnam.
Absolutely textbook. Space all being taken away. Now all 4 members, they're not afraid. They're going to take Das down. You are not tanky enough. I don't care if it's the tower or not. Vietnam, again, all gas, no break.
Azad last hit. He has to back off. He has to turn back. Tower's been taken out, and again, objective gameplay by Team Vietnam. They secured that one, they secured the buff, and now they're looking at the middle.
Yeah, they're looking for this middle with this Vanguard. Zoned away completely, no real chance.
Oh!
Sniping down Kubanich.
That was a snipe! That is what we're talking about here. And with the fact that he got that snipe again, he will stack up his damage, and he will be even more dangerous.
Yeah, the Fever Barrage under the tower. Ooh. It's not going to be enough. Huedok with just enough, and they find the Tremor Smash as well. Dastan is looking to go down, but he gets a little bit low. He will be fine. Vietnam turn their attention on the bottom T2 instead.
And look at Ling Bao in the middle. Look at the damage on the tower back. Let's remember, he is a tank, but one couple blade, his health goes down to half.
Yeah, completely controlling this game. Vietnam, these blades are incredible in terms of just how accurate they've been. Bottom T3 looking to go down as well. Zamabek tried to go for the Storm Strike, but they shake this off. They take the bottom T3, now the mid T3.
And objective gameplay here by Team Vietnam. They're not going to overextend. They want to take down the towers, and now they're looking at the top even.
Yeah, they're looking for that. I mean, the Vanguard will eventually make its way. Zamovek does a little bit of work, gets controlled himself, and he's going to be going down. Hayduk finding him all the way to the back line. They find Azad as well. They're all in the fountain. 2 members standing. Vietnam, all they want are the minions to end this game.
And the minions will arrive soon. This is going to be the final defense by Kyrgyzstan. And Kubanich will need to do it. Kubanich together with his teammate Marlon, will there be enough though? Unlikely so, as Team Vietnam will look to close things off before that. They get a hot streak. And Team Vietnam will lock in the final ticket to the main event.
Welcome to the Asian Games, Team Vietnam. They took a 2-0 convincing victory over Kyrgyzstan, and they booked their tickets to the main event.
perfectly played. I mean, it could not have been better, right? The way that they were able to control this game, it didn't seem like Kyrgyzstan were ever able to find their footing. They were not really into this game. There was just too much control by Vietnam.
Oh man, what a game it was for Team Vietnam. Consistent from game 1 and then game 2. It's all about control from start to finish. This round, at least, we did see some fight from Kyrgyzstan because they know that, okay, if we don't fight back, they will snowball and it's going to be bad for us. So they did show some fight, which I admire from Kyrgyzstan.
I think for Kyrgyzstan, it's definitely going to be a disheartening loss, but this is not where they end. They don't really have much experience in honor of King Club. They made it this far to the final stage, just one step closer to that podium of the Asian Games, but that's the problem. One step is not enough. They need more of that. This experience, this gameplay, will find them later on, that it will improve them in the near future.
Yeah, they're definitely going to grow. They're still so very young. And I mean, in terms of experience, definitely on the lower end. But you got to pat them on the back. I mean, they were as close as you could get. They got themselves at least a chance to go in. Unfortunately, I mean, Vietnam was definitely one of the favorites going into it. I mean, all the way from the beginning, even before this all started. And for Vietnam to just sneak in and, you know, just unfortunate for Kyrgyzstan in the end.
Yeah, and if you're a player as young as like Azara, who's like 16 years old, representing your country on this sort of stage, and you get to go up against amazing teams like even like Vietnam, like this is a pat on the back for him.
The future is for him, right? It's just whether or not he will put in that consistency later on and find those big improvements. But you know, Azad and also Kyrgyzstan, you guys will definitely come back stronger. I believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, keep your heads up, right? I think that you can, Kyrgyzstan are definitely going to be proud of your play. The fact that you were 10th, you were very close. It's just that you're going to grow from this. You're definitely going to learn. And hopefully next time, that one is going to be your slot moving forward.
Oh, man. I'm so happy to get to be able to see these players, young players in the team play, putting their hearts out for their region, right? Oh, man, it just puts tears to my eyes, man. I mean, yeah.
It's the growth that counts, right? It's like, although not every team can actually make it to the main event, we've seen growth coming in from some of the amazing teams like Mongolia. They were having a rough showcasing coming in from day one, but then they progressively grew. Yes, you can argue that Sagi, they never got a win, but the growth that they went from a new team to a team that actually learned a lot from their opponents, their foes or rivals, that's what makes esports so special.
Yeah.
You can always be winners, but when you lose, you're just learning for the next tournament.
Don't you think that every single team in this entire National Qualifier got better?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think that every single day, and this is not easy, when you're stuck in a group and you're forced and you have to just focus on the team ahead of you, I think that this speaks, again, volumes about all of these opportunities to grow in the Honor of Kings esports scene.
Yeah, and also props to Team Vietnam as well for making it through to the main event, through the last chance stage. And they had their own dips, right? They had their own dips against Lao, and then we were kind of asking of like, oh, are they going to bounce back or not? Going up against Team Singapore, and they clearly showed they did, and they did win in a fashionable way against Kyrgyzstan and maintaining their discipline of gameplay. So props to Team Vietnam.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest route for Team Vietnam coming in for the last chance stage. They had to go through a lot of ups and downs. They almost had a upset from the side of Singapore, and coming into the last match against Kyrgyzstan, they got back that momentum and they booked the final slot into the main event.
It's congratulations to Vietnam. I mean, being able to just slide on in, I think that they're going to be very fortunate. Again, a lot of people were like, okay, Vietnam has to survive. They have to make it to the main event, right? But they had to, like a crazy day where they had to survive a bunch of whole best of threes, last chance.
Thing I've heard, she gets out of control, and all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a bad obsession. Got bad